Welcome, everyone. Let's dive right into the intriguing world of life in China through an honest perspective of someone who spent 18 years there.
I'm excited to dig into this experience. So, what really stands out as the best thing about living in China after all those years?
Well, one of the standout aspects is how everyday life is so vibrant and efficient. It's like the infrastructure and the pace of life have this unique rhythm that's hard to find elsewhere. There's a real
Hmm.
dynamism there.
Yeah, that sounds fascinating. And what about safety? People often wonder if it's dangerous for foreigners in China.
That's a big one. The content really digs into that. Despite some Western media narratives, the experience of living there shows you that it's not as perilous as some might think. In fact, for most, it's relatively safe with lots of community support for
Yep,
expats,
interesting.
right?
Absolutely. But then there's this curveball where the discussion shifts to comparing systems, like which country actually has the best system in the world. How did that come across?
Yeah, that's a cool angle. The view there is that while many swear by their own system, living in China allows you to see both strengths and flaws in the system firsthand. It's like um, you witness impressive efficiency and rapid changes on one hand, and on the other, bureaucratic challenges that, well,
True.
sometimes feel a bit stifling, especially when you consider some of the strict controls in place.
Right, and speaking of strict controls, the blocked internet, for example, is often cited as a significant drawback. How did that impact day to day life?
Yeah, living with a blocked internet was definitely one of the bigger adjustments. It's like, imagine having to navigate a world where a lot of the usual online freedoms aren't available, yet people adapt by using VPNs or relying on local platforms. It
Yeah,
becomes all
exactly.
about finding alternative ways to stay connected.
And staying connected is so vital, especially for expats far from home. The video really emphasizes creative ways to keep in touch with family, even with these restrictions.
Exactly. Whether it's through scheduled calls, alternative communication apps, or friends stepping in to help out, it shows how resourceful people can be. It's like, necessity is the mother of invention,
Yep,
right?
indeed.
Creativity blooms under pressure.
Now, I've noticed that there's also a section on misconceptions about China. Did anything strike you as particularly eye opening there?
Definitely, there's a strong challenge to the stereotypical Western view. The narrative points out that much of what we hear about China in the media is often exaggerated or out of context. For instance, the real day to day experience isn't always as dramatic or oppressive as portrayed. It certainly invites a more nuanced
That's a fair
perspective.
point. I appreciate that balanced insight. However, don't you think there's still a bit of an idealization at times? I mean, not everyone might agree with how flawless some systems appear to work.
That's a valid critique, and it's important to note that while the content does celebrate some efficient aspects, it doesn't shy away from discussing challenges like censorship or restricted speech. It's as if the perspective tries to balance admiration with a sober understanding of limitations. One must always view it
True,
through multiple
exactly.
lenses.
Absolutely. There's also an intriguing point on how China appears to prepare for major changes, like potentially replacing global systems such as SWIFT. What's your take on that?
Oh, that part is quite fascinating. The idea here is that China is not just resting on its laurels, it's actively reconfiguring global financial tech platforms. It's like preparing its own model that challenges traditional norms, pushing the
Yeah, it's
envelope
like a
in what systems
technological
can be
revolution.
globally.
And on the flip side, the topic of Europe versus China comes up. Was there discussion on how lifestyle and policies differ between these regions?
There was. The content contrasts the meticulous, sometimes rigid control seen in China with the more laissez faire approach in Europe. It's a comparison that highlights differences in governance, social norms, and daily conveniences. It really puts things
Interesting.
into perspective.
Sounds like a lot to unpack in terms of cultural influence and policy making. And what about human interactions itself? Did the content tackle how foreigners speak Chinese and the reactions that follow?
Yes, that's another juicy topic. There's an amusing yet insightful recounting of how, when foreigners speak Chinese, the reactions can range from impressed surprise to a mild kind of skepticism. It's like, a window into the cultural embrace, or sometimes resistance, to
Yeah, it's kind
outsiders,
of a mixed bag.
reflecting the complex identity dynamics.
That really drives home the fact that language is both a bridge and a barrier at times. And can we talk about how the video addresses the idea of whether it's now a good time to remain in China?
Absolutely. It seems that while China offers tremendous opportunities in terms of growth and connectivity, it also poses challenges with its strict, controlled environment. The piece suggests that it's a matter of weighing personal priorities against broader socio-political conditions. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Definitely. That's a nuanced take. Now I'm curious, how does this perspective reconcile the impressive rapid growth China has witnessed with the restrictions of everyday living?
It's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? On one hand, there's undeniable progress in infrastructure, tech, and efficiency. On the other, there are constraints like internet censorship and state control. It's like riding a high-speed train that sometimes runs on tracks with unexpected detours.
Interesting
Essentially, you're
analogy.
celebrating the speed while acknowledging the bumps along the road.
I like that. A high-speed train with detours. And coming back to the communication aspect, what did you think about the strategies offered for staying connected with family?
That's one of the most practical parts. The discussion emphasizes that despite technological blocks, families find creative and secure ways to communicate. It's like when life throws obstacles, you build a bridge anyway.
Right,
It
exactly.
underscores the resilience of human connections.
Absolutely, and that resilience seems central to the expat experience in China. But do you think this perspective might be slightly biased because it comes from someone deeply immersed in that culture for so long?
That's a fair challenge. I mean, while the experience is deeply personal and informed, it might not capture all perspectives, especially those of locals or of expats who had different experiences. Still, it provides an essential counter-narrative to common misconceptions. It's a reminder that one story
Yeah,
doesn't speak
definitely.
for all.
Exactly. It's a single lens among many. Now, shifting gears for a moment, the video also touches upon the idea of China potentially controlling global internet practices. What's your take on that?
Oh, that's a heavy one. The conversation delves into fears that China's model of a controlled digital space could influence global standards. It's like cautionary yet forward thinking, suggesting that while China's system might seem restrictive, it could shape future technology governance worldwide, both protective and
That's a
concerning.
kind of double-edged sword. And that definitely sparks debate about the balance between state security and global freedom, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's balancing a nation's right to control its digital environment with the desire for global connectivity and freedom. Think of it as a tug of war where innovation meets control, and both sides have
Yeah,
compelling
indeed.
arguments.
Bringing the conversation full circle, do you think the overall honest view provided in this journey through 18 years in China transforms our understanding of expat life there?
I do. It paints a picture that's rich with layered insights, showing that while there are hurdles like internet blocks and strict policies, there are also remarkable benefits such as efficiency, growth, and unexpected cultural warmth. It's like looking at a mosaic where each piece tells a unique story.
Powerful perspective.
Indeed, it shifts the narrative from black and white to a vibrant spectrum.
And I guess that's the beauty of such first-hand experiences. They challenge our preconceived notions and ask us to consider the shades in between.
Exactly, and it invites us to question what we assume we know from afar. The narrative really is an invitation to experience complexity rather than settling for oversimplified portrayals.
Yeah,
It's
well
a
said.
reminder that reality is often more intricate than the headline suggests.
Now, before we wrap up, any final thoughts on how this perspective might impact future expats or even policymakers?
I think it offers a valuable roadmap, showing that adaptability and open-mindedness are key. By highlighting both the pros and cons, it encourages future expats to weigh their options carefully. Policymakers, too, might benefit by understanding that while growth is crucial, preserving individual freedoms remains equally important.
Right on.
It's about finding that balanced approach.
That's a deeply insightful take. Thanks for exploring these nuanced topics with me today. It's been a whirlwind of ideas and reflections.
Absolutely. Thanks for engaging in this deep dive. It's been great unraveling the layers of 18 years of life in China with you, and I hope listeners come away with a broader understanding of the realities behind the headlines.